Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Today we're going to talk about Shaddah, which is the last lesson in our book, but this will not be our last video. We'll have maybe a couple of videos after this one. So let's get straight into it. Shaddah is when we have a letter along with this symbol. We've seen this symbol before when we were reading the Quran. So for a moment, I want you to ignore the orange letters, right? The alif here, ignore the orange. It's telling us that the ba with a shadda and a fatha is the same as first a ba with sukoon, a silent ba, followed by a ba with fatha. Now, since we cannot pronounce a silent ba by itself, right? We need something to pronounce with it. I put the letter a. That's why a is there. It's only to help us pronounce it. So whenever we have this shadda means to emphasize, okay? So we're emphasizing the letter. So the way it sounds is abba, abba, right? Abba. If we're making it into two parts, it's abba. However, it's really gonna sound as one part, so it sounds as abba, abbi, abbu. Same thing even with tanween. So even the letters that have tanween will act in the same way. Abban, abbin, abbun. So again, the shadda is just a sign or a symbol that means to us that we have to emphasize the letter and the sound. Now, I want to note two things. In some masahif, in some Qur'ans, and in also different Arabic documents, this, you could think it's a fatha, right? If you ignore the shadda, this looks like two fathas, okay? However, this is actually a kasra because it's under the shadda. So to explain, this could be either let me make a different color here. Some masahifs you're gonna see shadda right here on top. The shadda is always on top, and the kasra is gonna be under. Abbin, or is gonna be like this. Okay. The reason is it's like the shadda replaces the letter. So if the two kasras are under the shadda, that's a kasra. Otherwise, they have to be on top of the shadda to be fatha. Okay, so there's two ways to represent kasras with shaddas. I think in our mushaf that we use, it's this form. If I'm not mistaken, we'll see an example later on, but again, also here, abbi, the kasra is under the shadda, so it's abbi, right? It's not abba. Abba is the fatha comes over or on top of the shadda. This is abba, abbi, abbu, abban, abbin, abbun. Another thing is, I wanted to tell you that in this Word document, whenever I write two dhammas, this is how it's represented. But I wanted to also paste two different representations coming from also the mushaf. This is two dhammas. Sometimes you'll see it that way. And this is another form also representing two dhammas. So you have three forms. In the mushaf, these are the only two forms. In my Word document, this is how it shows up. Okay. And we'll talk about why in the mushaf they show it in two different forms. This is actually, they try to help us in our tajweed, so it's really related to the tajweed class. Okay, that's, I think, enough of a introduction to Shaddah. Let's go to our book and let's start reading. Now, since we said we cannot pronounce the Shaddah all by itself, a letter with Shaddah by itself, we have to introduce a letter ahead of it. In these examples, instead of a, we are using the letter ta. So this is tabba, tabbi, tabbu, tatta, tatti, tattu, tatha, tathi, tathu. And make sure you're not prolonging the letter, right? There's no med in here. Don't confuse emphasizing a letter with prolonging a letter. So we're not saying tatha or tatha. It's still a short tha, but emphasized. So it's tatha, okay? Tatha, tathi, tathu, tajja, tajji, tajju, taha, tahi, tahu, takho, takhi, takhu, tadda, taddi, taddu, tadha, tadhi, tadhu, tarra, tarri, tarru, tazza, tazzi, tazzu, tassa, tassi, tassu. Notice here, the shadda is up, right? So in all these examples, I believe probably this is how actually it's represented in the Quran. The kasra is under the letter and the shadda is over it, right? So it's different than how we represented it in my Word document, because in my Word document, it uses the other format. Tasha, tashi, tashu, tasso, tassi, tassu, taddo, taddi, taddu, tatto, tatti, tattu, tavva, tavvi, tavvu, ta'a, ta'i, ta'u, tagha, taghi, taghu, So all these letters should be familiar to you by now. If not, you need to do some more revision of the previous videos. Taffa, taffi, taffu, taqqa, taqqi, taqqu, takka, takki, takku, talla, talli, tallu. That's why I'm going fast with these boxes, because they should be all familiar to you. Tamma, tammi, tammu, tanna, tanni, tannu, taha, tahi, tahu. There's a lot of air that is gonna come out of your chest for this letter. Tawa, tawi, tawu, tayya, tayyi, tayyu. Now let's do some more examples with actual words from the Quran. I'll give you a few seconds and then I'll read. Tubba'in, tubba'in. لحبي لحبي ربك ربك and always, just like a sukun letter, the shadda, pronounce it along with the previous letter. Yattabi'u, yattabi'u. And the shadda, one more thing, the shadda can never start at the beginning of a word. You might see it in the Quran, there's an explanation for that, but in Arabic, shadda, just like sukun, a silent letter, cannot start a word. We need always a letter ahead of it with a movement. So you read every letter and you look on top or below. You look at this letter, you look below, there's a kasra, but you also look on top, you see the shadda, that means you have to emphasize it. And so you read it, yuqattiluna, yuqattiluna. Anittum, fatamassala, yabuthu, hujjatahum, hujjatahum. Sujjirat, sujjirat. حج. شح. وليمحص. سخرها. سخرها. يؤخر. تبدل. تحدث. سنشد. كذب. يكذبون. وتلذ. حرم. شر. شر. تنزل. وينزل. وأعز. مس. فسنيسره. فسنيسره. right to left, top to bottom. First thing is yeah. There's the two dots under it. Yeah, masu homu. خش عن خش عن وبشري أهش فصلنا وحصل يقص ينقض ينقض ونفضل يحض تطلع عطلت تخطه يعظم يعظم ونعمه تصعر يدع خفت يخفف يخفف حق يشاقي أحق وتوكل فذكر فك فتولى فصل تحل ثم حملوا. So here we extend the la because it has dhamma, and waw and dhamma go together, and then the alif cannot extend the wa because the wa doesn't have a fatha, so alif is ignored. So as if this doesn't exist, we read it as حملوا فأمه. Sometimes you see this in the mushaf also. It's as if there's an extra wa here, so then you extend it. We'll talk about it in the future. فأمه. I think we'll stop here and we'll start, or actually, it's only these few lines for this page. Let's finish page 75. لا ترون تفندوني تفندوني. Again, you read from right to left. Every letter you look on top and below to figure out which accent it has. Then you check if it has the shadda to see if you emphasize or not. And also you look after it if there's an extension letter. So this is tu, there's no extension letter after it. Tufa, tufanni, tufannidu. There's an extension. Tufanniduni. يظن وطهرك ويطهركم. Ha is a letter, like we said, that requires a lot of air to come out of your chest. سولت مسوي مين تخوف تخوف تبين يبين أيها. So we'll meet inshallah next class. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.